So writing a personal statement for university is about one of the hardest things you can do before you actually start. So I thought I'd share my top tips to get you started. So personal statements are really tough. You've got a pretty short word limit, to be honest, to sell yourself, to sell your experience, to sell your abilities to your university. And if you've never written anything like this before, then it's going to be a really tough shout. Tip 1, be yourself. The university's looking for character. They're looking for who it is that's writing this personal statement. So sell any experiences you've got, sell your abilities. Try and find things that make you unique and really write about those in your own style. Be yourself, stand out from the crowd as much as you can. Now, tip 2. Obviously, you might not know how to do that in a personal statement. It's quite different writing if you're used to essays or exams, for example. So there's a wealth of online tools out there that you can use to help. There's UCAS does one. Pretty sure Staffordshire University has one themselves. There's loads out there you can use, and they're all pretty good resources if you're stuck, if you're not sure what to do. Other than that, if you're still at college, you can ask your tutor. They help hundreds of students each year with personal statements. And esports, although it is different, it's not going to be a million miles away. So, ask for their advice, ask for their input. I'm sure they'll have something pretty useful to say. Tip 3, use esports specific examples where you can. Obviously, because this is esports, the tutors are going to be interested in anything esports related that you can talk about, that you're interested in. If you just make it sort of generalised about whatever, then it's not going to be as interesting as someone who could say, like me for example, yeah, I've been to events, I've volunteered at events, I've run tournaments through uni, but you get the idea. It's always good to relate to experiences that you've got that can relate to esports. Even if it's just going to an event and seeing how it runs, getting sort of an idea of the sort of industry you're going to be working in. Talk about it. It's still related, it's still useful information for the tutors to see, oh, well, this guy's gone to events, he's clearly interested in what he can do. And if you talk about it in such a way that makes you seem interested in the actual running of the event and the actual infrastructure behind that, then plus points again. Any way you can sort of twist any experiences you have into the most useful way possible to put in your personal statement is a plus point, really. But don't go too heavy on esports specific stuff. Where you can, relate it to the more real world environment. Esports is like a little bubble, but it's always good to sort of bring those relations to the real world in where you can. So keep that in mind. Tip 4, and what I think is the most important one personally, show your personality. Make sure you get your personality across in your writing. Because when you think about it, this might be the only way the tutors have of seeing you or meeting you before you start the course. Unless you go to an open day or something like that, which I very much recommend, and talk to tutors there, then this could be the only way that you sort of get you across to the tutors. So make sure you write with personality, make sure you write with passion, make sure you write with those things that make you want to study esports, make you interested in esports. But make sure you still keep it formal, still keep it professional. It is quite an important piece of writing after all. So there you go, guys. Those are my top 4 tips to writing a personal statement for esports. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out in the comments or ask staff students on Twitter. Good luck with those personal statements, and hopefully see you around Staffs next year.